How do we have healthy conversations with others? I'm Adam with the Pursuit Counseling. Learning how to have healthy conversations with others is a necessary topic for us to cover. So, today I'm going to share 4 points that are going to be helpful at having healthy conversations with other people. Be interested before being interesting. A helpful practice whenever you're starting to have conversations with other people is to demonstrate that you are interested in them before sharing what your perspective is. Always be interested before being interesting. By demonstrating to the other person that you actually care about what they have to say, that you care about who they are, where they come from, their background, beliefs, it can be really helpful when it's your turn to share what your perspective is. We want to listen to understand, not to respond. So much of the time, when people are having conversations, they are listening to respond rather than listening to understand. We see this in our office with couples that we're working with business partners, or even with parents and their children. So, listening to understand someone else's perspective is really going to be helpful at entering their world. This helps us demonstrate empathy for their situation. It helps us validate their experiences or their feelings. And even more so, it helps us truly begin to understand someone else. When we enter conversations, we want to genuinely show up well for other people. If we're in a conversation just so we can get our point across, we're missing the entire point of the conversation. If we want to sign up for a lecture, we can do that. But most of the time, people aren't really wanting to be lectured, they're wanting to have a conversation. So listen to understand, don't listen to respond. This next point might come as a shock to you. It is okay and normal to still like someone, even if you don't agree with every belief system or political affiliation that another person has. It seems that a lot of people are really unable to have conversations, especially on social media, with someone that may not agree with their belief system or their political belief. I believe that if our country was full of people that all believed a certain way, whether it's religion or politics, that would be really unhealthy. Think about in a business, if everybody believed the same thing and everybody was, yeah, I believe in that. Yeah, I don't see how we can be better. Even in relationships, like if everybody agreed on everything, then there really isn't going to be a path for exponential growth or a path for everyone to feel like their voice is being heard if everybody is sounding the same. So it's actually necessary and healthy to have conversations with people that don't really believe in what you believe in. This is how we can learn. This is how we can develop. This is how we can, as the saying goes, iron sharpens iron when we are willing to engage with others that maybe believe different than us. The next topic is modeling the vulnerability that we expect to see in others. It really is important for us that if we want to be heard, we also need to be the first person that's willing to hear, the first person that's willing to listen or understand and demonstrate empathy toward the other person. So, if we want someone to open up to us about what they're thinking or feeling, it really is important for us to start with modeling that vulnerability. So if we share, I have a fear about blank, then it's going to open up the opportunity for the other person to say, well, I have a fear about fill in the blank. So vulnerability begets vulnerability. One of my heroes in the field of psychology is Brene Brown, and she says all the time, vulnerability begets vulnerability, and that if we do want to be truly understood, we also need to be the first person that's willing to say, "This is what I'm feeling, and here's my uncertainty. Here's where I'm scared or what my fear is." And usually, the other person on the receiving end, maybe they have a similar fear or they've felt that feeling before. So it truly does help us grow as a community, helps us grow as a nation, and it helps us really feel like we're not alone. So much of the time, our extreme feelings really come from a place of loneliness or that our isolation. So it really is important for us to have difficult conversations, to have vulnerable conversations with others, because most people feel very similarly that they're alone or isolated or that no one really understands what they're going through. And so that's a very normal feeling. So I'd love to hear how this might be helpful for you. It really helps me and it helps our organization create great content for you. So please leave a comment. Let me know which one of these was most helpful for you in this video or other topics that you'd like for us to make videos on. I'm Adam with the Pursuit Counseling, and I look forward to the next video.